Hey, good afternoon. I spend a lot of time coaching and teaching around the fundamentals of communication. And one of the topics that has come up multiple times in the last couple weeks is a kind of a subtle nuance of one of those basic elemental pieces of communication. We frequently uh, think of communication of sending a message and assuming that it's been received the way that we intended it. And there are lots of instances of being able to sit in a meeting and have people agree on what needs to be done and then go their separate ways and have completely different ideas of how to go about doing that, where we assume that the message has been received, but it hasn't been received in the way that we wanted it to be. And the coaching around that ends up being taking the time to slow down to confirm that the message was received the way that you wanted it to. You probably have some example of that in your own personal history, whether it's professionally or personally, of where someone has agreed on, yes, that's exactly what we want to do, and then they've walked away and done the exact opposite. Figuring out then if it's possible to confirm that requires slowing down. Do you take the time to slow down to have someone repeat back, parrot back, or summarize what you have said to verify that they understand? Or do you take the time for yourself to ask the person to wait while you summarize back to them to verify that you've got the message that they had intended? The benefit in this is that you are, one, reducing a miscommunication, reducing potential errors, and reducing having to have a second or third conversation later to correct those mistakes. My unsolicited advice and my request is to find ways to start to look at pausing to verify that the signal was received the way that you wanted it. Now, add to that the complication of how to do that by email or text and repeating back what you heard and how you heard it and asking the person if that's correct. This is important with nearly anything. And I would challenge you to make it a habit of, especially in places where it is vital or that you know that miscommunication has happened previously, to start verifying the signal, to confirm that the message was received the way that it was intended. I'd be happy to continue this conversation. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, or even look at what it might look like to coach around solving those types of problems. Please feel free to comment below. I'm John Rhoads. This is Rhoads Life Coaching. I hope you're able to find purpose and meaning in daily life.